Ashton actually found something in this mess. What do you think, Kaylin? Woohoo! This is the status of the schoolroom right now. It's a mess. We're going to go play some Uklu. I think that's how you say it. But anyway, look at this mess. I have some stuff laid out for our homeschool curriculum for next year. And then we look at this desk. He didn't do that. I did that. And then our poor little Clover Academy. It's the O Academy. That's all that's left. So I need to fix that. But we have so much to do in this schoolroom. It is not even funny. It's a little overwhelming. I'm going to show you all the mess just so you can embrace like just how bad it got. So if you have watched my e-course about the Ultimate Homeschool Organization e-course, you'll see that this area is where I sat. See, notice that this is where it's actually somewhat organized right here. But I need to completely reorganize our shelving. I need to actually clean up all the stuff I've been storing up here as well. I have a lot of extra things up there. Oh, and we have birthday cards up here too. But let me just walk you around and show you a little bit of the chaos before it becomes clean and perfect. Birthday card. This is our language, arts, and art area. You can see it's quite a mess. We have book piles there. Our book basket's a mess. We got arts is a mess. So over here, not too bad. Her area's not too bad. And her work box is actually fairly organized. Now, Caitlin was upset just a moment ago because I have our crates on top of. So this is our crate. It is empty from last year, but I've started filling it with some of the kindergarten material that we're going to have for this year. So that's pretty cool. But have not, again, taken anything over there and fixed it. And let me walk you over here as well. So my son's desk isn't too bad, but I have to put his material away. And then, yeah, this is where I moved some of our filing things. I think I mentioned somewhere else that I did not close out my homeschool like I normally do. I had my boys do it. I paid them $5 each to grade each other's papers and to file everything away for the littles. So it was really nice. It was a really good investment by me. But let me show you the rest of our little homeschool mess too. So this is my little laminator where I was making a lot of our printables, laminated for the dots and all that other stuff. But yeah, so we need some love. And this is normally where my crate sits with all of my stash. So anyway, again, you can see I have my work cut out for me for this year. What's crazy is that if you really do look around, things they're not in order. They're not, but they're grouped. And that's always the key for me, is when I start organizing, no matter how messy a room is, I always group things together that are similar. So that is how I will start. It always looks really bad right before it gets really clean. So I'll be taking you through and kind of showing you some of the steps I take to get organized along the way. And I totally lost my voice speaking last weekend, so excuse the frog in my throat right now. But hopefully this mess blesses you to see that even your schoolroom can come together and be organized. One thing I want to point out is that this is my Year 5 box. So that is out, and I'm pulling books out of that. Do you love that I have a pull-up in the room? Yeah, that's called I'm a mom. This is our math you see getting organized. I actually have it organized for you guys because we're going to be doing a video all about just the curriculum we're using. So this is like a little preview. I've got all of my Apologia in the corner. I've got my IEW, my Institute for Excellence in Writing. I have an old Sunlight book there. I've got some books that aren't on our book list, but that I'm going to try to incorporate in our school year. And then these are the books that I have either ordered or that I've gotten from the library and I'm borrowing from friends. This is the history we're doing this year with My Father's World. And then the most important part, this is the crate. My crate is underway and I'm so excited. I'm going to show you a couple things first about what I'm doing and kind of the state that my schoolroom is in and why. It's the end of a very hot day. We're trying not to run our air conditioner, so this is called I'm hot, I'm sweaty, my hair is up, but I'm filming this for you. So some of you, if you have started my Homeschool Organization e-course, you know that this is my pretty corner that I got the videos done in. Well, the corner is now taken over by next year's curriculum, and the rest of the area is what happens when you film an organizational video and your kids come in the room and you just want them to be quiet. So like, it's a complete mess in here. But I am getting organized. I wanted to show you a few things that I've done. So we use My Father's World. We did not last year, however this year we've switched back. We're in year 5. And so I wanted to show you a little bit about kind of how I use my crate system with whatever curriculum that you're using. So far, I was asked at the conventions I spoke at this summer, they're like, how long does it take you to set up your crate and to get all organized? It's really hard to say because it depends on how many kids you have, it depends on the curriculum you use, it depends on how much you're kind of making up as you go, all that kind of stuff. So I kind of do it slowly over the summer typically, but now it's the end of July, so I'm trying to get things all organized and set so I can really enjoy the rest of my summer because I don't want to spend all summer just doing organization, even though it's really fun and I love it. But wanted to show you a few little tips on my crate. So one thing that when you have a curriculum that has a teacher's manual, I actually have been through this teacher's manual a few times. So one thing to note is that I have highlighted a few of the items. So we have notebook pages for states and presidents. I just gave them different colors so they stand out in what I'm doing. But I so far have put all the student pages that come with My Father's World in the proper weeks, and My Father's World makes it pretty easy because it has the little week up above. So that's the fastest part of everything. The not so fast part is that Story of the World is included in My Father's World. So that means that I'm going through my teacher's manual and finding every week that has an assignment for the Story of the World. So if it says Story of the World activity page, I just mark down what chapter it is, so it makes it easier for me to identify. And then I went through and I ripped out all the activity pages for that. Now here's my tip. When I first started, I was thinking, oh, I'll find the exact pages that are going to be due and that we're going to be doing that week, and that was taking way too long. So if there was a chapter that was going to be touched on at all in my curriculum for the week, I ripped out all of the activity pages. So this are all the activity pages, all organized by week. And so like chapter 1 we're doing in week 3, chapter 3 we're doing in week 4, and then there's some back and forth which got a little interesting. And I just made a note on my teacher's manual when we were doing them in more than one week. And then what I have to do now is make a ton of photocopies. So I'll take these each week at a time. I'll make 3 photocopies because I have 3 kids going through the curriculum right now. And the reason I'm going to make 3 copies and not just 2 is because I will use this again. So I will put all the masters back together in a little file folder, and I'll stick it in my year 5 box. So that way I know I've got all of the masters in one spot. So I hope that helps a little bit, but it's kind of fun. You get to see, the messy side of organizing. It really does look like a bomb went off, but believe it or not, this part over here, the messiest looking part, it's really actually quite organized. So it just looks crazy right now. So I'm going to turn the camera off and keep sorting. Okay, I wanted to show you another little tip of what to do with workbooks. So I do tear apart almost every single workbook when I am putting together my crate. However, this is a workbook that I'm not going to tear apart. One reason is when I looked at the teacher's manual, it appears that most of the pages assigned are facing each other. So one day it's this side, another day it's this side. That's very hard to tear apart. Sometimes I do take photocopies, and so I'll tear it apart and I'll make photocopies of one side and not the other, and other times I don't. Hi. Are you going to come and help me? So this is one of the reasons why the schoolroom's a little messy. Have you been playing in here?
Yes,
You've been sitting. She actually has been sitting very nicely at her desk. But I wanted to show you. There she goes right back. She's so sweet. Okay, but I wanted to show you one of my little tricks for what I do with books that I want to use from one year to the next. So since this is a book that I know I'm going to do again with my girls, what I did is, I don't know if you can see, but I put sheet protectors over the pages. So I just trim the edge of the sheet protector. So I just trim the edge and then slide the page on, and it's pretty handy dandy. So I just did 2 pages back to back, so he can have, you know, at least a week's worth of work already. We're going to use a dry erase pen. I can either clean it up, or I can take a picture if I want to have it. You can even photocopy it if you want to have a photocopy of the finished product. So that is the easiest way to really be able to you know, get the most bang out of your buck, really, when it comes to some workbooks, especially when you have more than one child, or if you're trying to resell the book. Really, truly, for me, I would just go ahead and have them use it, but I have 2 little girls that are coming up behind, so that's why I'm going to use the sheet protectors and just leave it as is. I could just buy more books too, but I figured I would show you guys what I'm doing this year with this book, and again, that is just sliding little sheet protectors on, so I hope that helps you. Okay, so I wanted to show you the opposite of what I was talking about before, and that is for this book. So this book is the one that I'm using the page protectors for. This one, it has a copyright that allows me to make photocopies of it. So this one I am going to, when it says page 7, I come over here and I slice it out of the book, and I just make a little note, so you can see right here. This is page 7, and I just put week 12, Thursday. So that way when I go back and I make photocopies of all of these, I'll just slip them into the crate and it'll be all organized. Okay, so I have more books off the floor and more floor space showing up. And I just organized my books for the year. These are actually, I'm like, right there. Those books are the ones that I hope to get to. Those are some leftover Sunlight books that are going to fit within this time period. And then from right about there over, those are the books that we're going to be reading with my Father's World this year. So there you have it. We have our homeschool room coming together slowly but surely. So I figured I would show you guys what it looked like at like full on messy mode. And like I said, I tend to take everything out in order to get things grouped, in order to get them all organized. So hopefully you'll be really excited and surprised to see the room put together. But the next video you're gonna find is our homeschool curriculum reveal. And even though you got a sneak peek at some of the curriculum that we're using, what I do during my curriculum reviews is that I go through and I show you how we use them, what I like about it. I sometimes talk about different curriculums that there are out there to use, and it's just filled with a ton of information about homeschool curriculum, so I hope you love it. But in the meantime, be sure that you subscribe here on YouTube, and you can feel free to check out my blog at raisingclovers.com. I have a free book for you there, Sanity Savers for Moms, as well as you can check out my new e-course, which is the Ultimate Homeschool e-course. So hope you'll check those things out, and again, we will see you very soon with a new homeschool curriculum reveal. Major sorting in her closet as well. So lots of mess for me to mess with. Fun, right? Are you excited for me? You should be.